The nightmare continues. I failed the bar exam for a third time. And for you baseball fans out there, you might think 3 strikes, you're out. Well, not me. I've got a dream and I'm following it. I'm following it to the bitter end. This time was the worst performance I've had. I scored a 1305, which is actually worse than I did on my first take a year ago, which is really depressing. I did horribly on all my essays, which is what brought me so low, but I actually did better on my multiple choice. I think I went backwards in my essay performance because I tried a new method based off of this tutor that I was working with previously. Now, however, I don't know if their method necessarily worked for me. It involved handwriting, and I'll give you a little picture here. My handwriting is just atrocious. And I don't think my brain necessarily works that way. So when I got the results, when I found out that I failed, I decided to never try ever again for the rest of my life. Never, ever, never. I was like, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm too stupid to do this. There's no reason for me to even try. Blah, 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 blah. Then I went to one of my favorite places on the whole planet. I got a massage, which sounds stupid, right? Because you'd think you only get a massage to celebrate something, right? But I got a massage because I could feel my shoulders just like I felt like all my muscles were just like ever since I found out that I failed. And afterwards, I had, we hold feelings in our muscles, we hold things in our muscles, and I truly believe something was wiggled loose and I couldn't lie to myself anymore. I was like, I have to try again. I have to. This will be time number 4. If you look at the stats, the likelihood you'll pass goes down and down and down and down and down and down. But I don't care. So for this upcoming February 2025 administration of the California bar exam, the multiple choice questions will be written by Kaplan. This is the first time that the California State Bar will be administering its multiple choice exam through Kaplan as opposed to the NCBE. The State Bar of California is running low on money and wanted to provide a remote option for test takers, but the NCBE would not allow people to take remotely. So therefore, the State Bar of California decided to switch vendors. That's why we have Kaplan at this time. Now, I've heard from tutors, educators, that they're not super stoked that Kaplan's doing it. However, I think it's important to remember, for me, for all the other retakers out there, the law is the same. They're not calling it MBE anymore. They're calling it MCQ because it's not the MPE. It's not the MBE anymore. It's the MCQ now because Kaplan's doing it. And they posted a list of everything that is going to be covered as well as practice questions. And it's all the same stuff, really. I mean, it's as far as I can tell from the brief reading that I've done through it. The bigger thing is if you were thinking maybe I shouldn't retake because I want to see how these Kaplan questions play out. First, we do have an example of those Kaplan questions on this document that I'll link in the description of the video. But also, it's going to be mostly the same. Kaplan used to offer a bar prep course for California bar examination students. Now they're not allowed to because that would be a conflict of interest. So now, if you go to Kaplan's California State Bar Program page, they say that they're not offering it anymore, but that they recommend Themis. Now, Themis is one of the classic bar prep companies that many people use for their first attempt. Themis uses UWorld, right? So there's a part of me that feels, even though I know there's business, money being made between Themis and Kaplan, it seems like, I guess I don't know for sure, it seems as though Kaplan is most connected to UWorld. I'm debating doing UWorld because Kaplan recommends Themis and Themis has their contract with UWorld, which UWorld actually just bought Aspen Publishing, which Aspen Publishing is the one who does Mary Basic and Tina Schindler's book series. There's a conspiracy afoot. I just don't quite know what to do about it. All that to say, thinking about conspiracies will not help me across this finish line. What am I going to do different this time? I will not be working. My job ended, and now I have time. And time is a resource that if you have it, it's a privilege. There's never quite enough of it, but having it is a privilege. Having time, having resources, I guess time is a resource. These are privileges that I feel it would be a shame not to utilize. Gall darn it, I gotta just give it another shot. And then maybe another shot. But I think I'll be out of money by then. I'm going to take a moment here to talk about the feelings around this. I'm now at a position where people from my school, everyone I knew basically passed. Actually, let me say this, everyone I knew passed that I could tell. As far as I could tell, everyone I knew passed. Everyone I knew who I graduated with, who took the exam in July of 2023. Dang, that just made me really sad. In July of 2020, did pass. And if they didn't pass that first time, they passed on that second time, right? Now, after taking the July 2024 exam, I'm seeing people who were a year younger than me, who I was in like affinity groups with or in classes with or whatever. They just passed. And so they're probably getting sworn in this weekend if they're not sworn in already. It's weird, right? And there's this sense of here I am stuck in the same spot as people keep passing me by. Let's pretend I'm a river or I'm walking along a river, whatever it is. It feels like all the salmon going right past me, and I'm like a clump of algae that's stuck on a rock like this. Like, there's a part of me that thought, who in their right mind would want to hire someone who's failed the exam 3 times in a row? Maybe 4 times, maybe 7 times, maybe 1 million gazillion times, right? And the truth is that passing is more so like an on-off switch. Once you pass, that's it, you're in. As long as you pay your dues and you don't do something to get on the bad side. And here's what I would like to say. Here's what I would like to leave everyone with. RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to be able to love somebody else? Here's how I think we can spin that a little bit and be like, if you can't advocate for yourself, how the hell can you advocate for somebody else? It was such an honor to get into law school. My LSAT, let me tell you right now, was garbage. I couldn't believe that I got in, and I went. But getting in doesn't guarantee that you'll graduate, and I graduated. And I have this amazing opportunity where now the only step left, the only thing between me and being an attorney and following that dream of working for the ACLU and just in general working for public interest is this exam. So I'm going to do what I can to pass it. I actually had the opportunity to run into someone at the bar exam administration in July of 2024 who had seen my videos and was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And I don't know where you are now. I really hope you passed. In my head, you're my friend. And if anyone else, if you ever see me around, feel free to say hello and let's talk about it. Otherwise, let me know in the comments if you are feeling up for it, what your tea is, what is going on. Best of luck. Shine light on the shadow. Honesty is the best policy. Wash your hands and don't forget to take your garbage out. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.